I have a lot of information that I think might help you just understand where we could really go with ONPASSIVE as a tool for educating the world. And this is one of the areas that I put a little PowerPoint together. If you could give me the chance, or I'm going to screen share with you here.
You got it, Deborah. I just gave you the co-host.
Excellent. There we go. Well, you know, there's so many things I want to say to you guys. I had to talk with a few of my friends to say, what should I leave out? Because I could talk for days and hours and years about what I love, and which is life, love and life. And I have a motto of see one, do one, and teach one. Are you hearing me?
Yeah. Now, Dr. Drake, you keep going in and out.
Okay. I'll try to speak quietly and slowly.
Okay.
So I have an academy to teach bioenergetic medicine. Many of you in Blessed would want to have an academy to teach anything possible that you could have under the sun, because now we can actually talk to people in 200 countries. So if you can't hear me, please tell me so I'll stop, okay?
Yes, we can hear you, Dr. Drake.
Loud and clear, Doc. You just keep going.
I'll just carry on. Well, you know, folks, I'm not here to brag about my credentials, but I do have a degree in almost everything, which is what Ash Mofera is trying to do, is give you a complete holistic view of marketing, just like I have a holistic view of medicine. So I was a biologist, a kinesiologist, a psychotherapist, biochemistry major. I did a doctor of medicine at McMaster University. I did my residency in family medicine, emergency medicine, and psychotherapy and sports medicine at the University of Toronto. I then became a certified biofeedback specialist in training people around the world in bioenergetic medicine. And then I eventually ran into problems because the pharmaceutical industry didn't want me to necessarily preach a very cheap, easy, safe solution to what medicine had to offer in the last century. So I switched out of medicine and retired my license in protest and went into integrative medicine. And then I became, I was awarded as a doctor of humanitarian medicine for my outreach in the community and my world outreach. I then got an osteopathic degree on how to, you know, touch the body, how to use light matrix therapy and frequency matrix to help vibrate the body into good harmony. And then I studied Ayurvedic medicine and traditional Chinese medicine on how to detox the body. And I now am a lecturer at the Department of Bioenergetics at the Canadian College of Humanitarian Medicine, as well as a certificate and board member of the Board of Integrative Medicine. And I'm also a member of the World Organization of Natural Medicine, where I will be the MC at their annual Congress after speaking with, working with them for a decade. I'm going to be the chairman of this upcoming October convention. So you can see that I have had a lot of experience in energy, in the field of energy and in the field of balancing energy. And any company that wants to see product produced and profit out, that's what the profit motive is of having a business that helps you make money, but hopefully by doing something that you love and that is a good service to humanity. So ONPASSIVE is a perfect service to humanity with all the good and none of the negative. Really, we don't have the kinds of terrible problems that we would have if we were to look at the old ways of entrepreneurship. After I fought the College of Physicians and Surgeons for 10 years to stop vaccinating autistic children and to use bioenergetic medicine on brain tumor clients and cancer, and they just wouldn't have anything to do with it. No matter what I did, they would put another committee on my tail, another person in a trench coat in my backyard, a black van following me. I was really persecuted within an inch of my life, really. So I came to the
Doctor, it's cut out again, Doctor. I don't know if you can hear me, but your Wi-Fi keeps going in and out.
Okay, I wonder why that might be.
I don't know. It was going perfect, and now you get little, you're doing a sentence and it kind of stops you in the middle, then it picks you up again.
Okay, it could be that I'm speaking too loud or too quickly. I'll slow down a little bit there.
Okay, you sound perfect right now.
So my goal is, I want to use Blessed to do what I do well, and I want other people to be able to use Blessed to do what they do well. And I think that the ability for having integrative technologies like integrated coaching, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I do, but if we could teach doctors and nurses and practitioners around the world how to do better medicine, for instance, if we could teach the skills that are about building new communities with better water supply, better communal gardens, better ability to access incredible data, then we could bring the world into a much better state for the age of Aquarius. So as an international doctor, I am so grateful to the ONPASSIVE's turnkey suite, because in my life, I tried to reproduce what Ash is doing. As some of you may have heard, a funny story. When I was suspended from medicine for doing what I love because it was so corrupted, I had to ask God for help. And just like Ash Mofair said, there's a hand of God in this. One afternoon when I had $322 left in the bank, I went to a self-motivation convention where the lecturer had everybody jump up and down as if they'd won the lottery to get the emotion behind ourselves. And when I did so, I went home that night and took my last $200, put it on a casino, never been there before. I tried the online casino, and I prayed to God that if he wants me to do something holistic and good for humanity, that he's going to have to pass some monetary change through my hands. I'm not greedy. I don't need to be rich, but I need some gas in my tank. That night, I won $20,000, then 40, then 80. And the way I won it was by doubling every bet, so that I kept doubling and doubling and doubling. And that's how I won $100,000. I pulled out of the casino and spent the $100,000 on buying massive amounts of software, traffic software, autoresponder software, funnel software, you name it. I went to JB Zoo and ClickBanks, and I bought one of every product and started trying to learn a new career as a marketer. And I got a big humble pie that it was much more difficult than I thought. You know, you'd think that a doctor would have lots of intelligence to run a marketing campaign, but no, there were certain steps that you had to have in sequence to make the proper operation work. And this is what Ash Mofair has gone back and said, all of us may have the intention for greatness, but if you don't have that mechanism, you aren't going to have that success. So I offer people the idea that for me, my problem that I am seeking to solve is that as a healthcare entrepreneur and as a professor, I don't have the luxury of pharmaceutical companies giving me funding, governments giving grants, industry products to back up natural medicine, insurance companies that back us, pharmaceutical corporate sponsors. The people in natural medicine do not have any of that funding whatsoever. So if we're going to change the paradigm towards less invasive, more natural medicine in the world, we have to invent a new funding platform for medicine. And so I enrolled myself, as well as with the God-blessed help of Francesco Horbe, who called me on Christmas and said, you got to check out ONPASSIVE. And I was almost in tears telling her, I think this is a godsend, because all the doors for me were closed. And she offered this open door where I could actually move somewhere forward without being stalled, impeded, restricted, suppressed, gag ordered, whatever. I could actually come out of retirement and give the world at least the education that I have to give. So towards this end, I invested in ONPASSIVE, and I enrolled multiple different professors and all the people I know around the world who are the best at their job in water, in bioenergy, in real estate, such as Margaret Mead. We have a whole team of 20 different founders that are all expert in their field, that I'm trying to build together a galactic village of educators that would be willing to bring their professional expertise to the world. And then, of course, I'm thinking, well, and you're offering this for $97 when I just spent $100,000? Oh my goodness. So when you realize that I spent 50 years trying to get my job in perfection, now Ash Mofair has picked 600 experts in IT, expert surgeons in their own field, and he's put the best of the best together. And then because of the power of many softwares and the fiber optic world we're coming into, he was able to move the idea into a seed, into a plant, into a tree, and now into an oak tree that's dropping, acorns down on us, that we will have the ability to grow new sets of forests of new, helpful, productive, constructive entrepreneurs around the world. Most of which, or many, I should say many, half of which are women who've been working at home, and many are men who have been laid off of their jobs. So it's really not just a time-saving outreach here. We're talking about equality around the whole world, okay? Now, every one of us has financial needs, and we all need some kind of help to get our humanitarian pet project off the ground, but most of us do not have that financial means or mechanism to execute that dream into reality. So by sharing Oh Bless and having people accomplish whatever dreams they have, big or small, giving them a mechanism or a platform to reach out to their area of influence in their tribe, we can really bring people together again, not just socially, but with fiscal power to bring $5 times a million founders to build that runway in New Guinea, or to help ourselves buy, trucks and trailers for people who need to break the ground on a new community because they just got flooded out. So I believe that using the idea of my big dream, such as something like my My Health Club, where we could actually promote longevity, but with a twist, and that is that I would be happy to do a monthly session for the founders and give them my best evidence-based ideas on how they can get less broke, less ill, less tired, and less unsupported by getting clearer in their brain through healthy practices, and they're clearer in their business to have more income. And out of that, they're likely to be better leaders in a great blessed project that would help humanity using these new cyber tools that reduce the back office problems, ease the stress on the humanitarians, and give them a longer, steadier lifetime to execute their dream. So my goal is to bring the mind, body, and spirit together to make a bigger impact for more people than what I can do at a one-on-one in my office. It's time that I need to teach 1 million people at a time. We need 1 million coaches doing self-care to 1 million other people and start really riding to the top. And I think that Oh Blessed is giving us the chance to ride up there, right? Now, what is the currency of our company? Well, it's goodwill, because you've already shown how to lower the price of intake. You've showed the price reduction by using fiber optic data centers. So really, what is it down to? If we can energize the population with the voltage of the money, the capacitance to explore, and the little tungsten wire of the minerals called money to keep it flowing, then we can keep the light bulb on many of these projects that have been stuck in the dark. Now, I have a website called healthcounts.ca, which is admittedly quite a mess because I've been trying to build it myself with no necessary knowledge, particularly to make it pretty as Ash's websites are looking. But I still would like the engineers of ONPASSIVE to help me tweak my site so that I could reach out to more people, just like you guys would want your site or your potential. And if those of you who don't have a website, they'll build it for you. And I have built many classes, but I'll tell you what, I spent 3 years while we were in lockdown recording everything I could think of out of my brain into many classes here. The Health Academy that I gives a bioterrain course that shows you how to drain the poisons from beneath and, flourish from above. And that's a basic standard course that you can get free online for me. I brought out the Music is Medicine course on how to use bioenergetic medicine to vibrate new patterns of health in people. And I teach that at a college for burdening coaches. I brought out the Fundamentals of Living Well on how to detoxify the body from every stage of every organ in the body one by one until after you're so refreshed that it's likely that your body would start prematurely anti-aging, where you're healthing the body, repair itself as you go. And more recently, I've developed the Health Safari for the layman, which is the Organ of the Month Club, where I give the yin and yang organ. Every season we rotate different organs. And as we rotate through the year, we need to clean up different things at different times. So I could envision us having an Oh My Health club where people learn how to detox as they're learning to manage all their money that they're going to be developing through their projects. They still need to keep healthy enough to spend it. So my big dreams come in layers, and I've been trying for many years to layer out what are the steps and learn how we can actually heal ourselves. And I think that ONPASSIVE is making those layers visible by giving us a different set of technologies. Just like in traditional Chinese medicine, most people don't know that every organ in your body only works for 2 hours a day. And then it hands off its energy requirements to the next organ. So the in yin and the out yang organ are processing energy only for a couple hours a day. And then they're changing their software and hardware over to the next organ that goes on for the next couple of hours. And those two organs then hand off their detoxification byproducts to the kidney and the bladder and the gallbladder and liver to detoxify you at night, and to have your lungs and large intestine blow off all those gases by night. Well, I kind of see ONPASSIVE like this. You sort of have to have the right sequence in the right order with the right relay race to get each parts of your business, such as your list building, then your traffic, then your landing pages, then your offer, and then your free gifts, and then your academy and your shopping cart. I mean, that's a lot for average person to get all organized. And as smart as I might be, it took me 3 years to figure out all this myself. And then Ashma Farah comes along and says, ding dong, hey, I got it all done for you. Hey, you don't have to worry about the engineering. Oh, hey, we got the automatic anti-spamming. Oh yeah, and we've got the build your own funnels. Oh yeah, you can use your own creativity. Oh, you can store all your freebies for 200 years in your Oh My Life. Oh yeah, you can have your academy broadcast all across the world with new traffic of 1 million founders and more. Oh my goodness, now isn't this opening up the spinning wheel, the water wheel of health and the water wheel of life and flow, right? Now, the thing is that if you try to bend Mother Nature out of shape, even one of these steps, you're going to be in trouble. So if you try to skip even one of Ashma Farah's recommended strategies, for which he's had 700 world-class engineers tell him how it must work for efficiency, then you're going to miss the boat on how this can work for you automatically. Now, when you get everything working together, the body is communicating, just like we are a flock of ONPASSIVE founders now working like a syncytium. Together, we're actually cleaning out our chakras, if you will, of bad doubts, bad behaviors, old bad habits. We're cleaning out our business mind of old, dysfunctional, obsolete technologies, and we have to be open to new learning. And the frequency of Tesla's numbers, the 369 of Tesla, the frequency of the geometry of the earth, the frequency of the geometry of free energy. What is it when you get the geometry right? It's called structure produces function. So when you get the form of you right with all the ticks and balances that's taken us a few years to get them all in a row, and I don't blame Ashma Farah one single moment of delay, because he's taking care of that business so we don't have to, okay? So if you can get that pumping station making this gorgeous vortex of energy, and that's what our company is now. It came from a little axle and a little drawing on a napkin somewhere in a restaurant to actually a architectural cube of energy. And this is what we say in life is, if you have the pumping voltage, makes the amperage or the current and the resistance for electricity. So in order to break down our company, we have to be healthy in our water, clean in our mind, clean in our verbiage. We have to be good in the pH of being balanced, not extreme. We have to be full of minerals and grounded in reality. So, just as so is above, so is below, our physical health and our corporate health are really going to be in parallel. And if you can use brainwave entrainment music, for instance, this is where one of the ways I can help you. I can put on concerts for you to increase your brainwave power. I can show you how to musically increase your neurotransmitters and your super learning. So everybody in our broadcasts are listening to my super broadcast music in the background, and you just get smarter as you're listening. We could broadcast this over a concert. We could broadcast this into videos and use it to increase learning disorder improvements or reduce deafness in children for getting their acetylcholine back in their ears. I mean, we can use the reduction of painkillers and psychiatric disorders by broadcasting good harmony and music and light into people. So if we can use the idea that Tesla proved that all of life is frequencies and energies, and the purer and the more carefully you rotate those frequencies, the more self-sustaining longevity will be this company, will be your own physiology, will be the ability for you to translate that love out to others because you're radiating good love and good money and good projects. So you will, through the law of attraction, just start attracting great things to yourself. And why? Because you're aligned, you're focused, you're in balance. And that's what Ashma Farah is forcing us to get in alignment with the proper mechanisms of our business. Now, I use voice analysis to tell while people are sick. because we can see where things are in a healthy vibrational pattern, or when you're very sharp and irritating, like an inflamed person, or whether you're really low with a low thyroid and you can't get your message across, or whether you've got a parasite on you that's making a crazy noise in your voice. Well, how can we use that kind of technology? You can use the voice like a different stringed instrument, and you can pull out of the voice the sharp, inflamed parts of your body, the degenerative flat notes, and put the body back in tune. And this is what I think Ashma Farah is doing while he's purging the founders and the people who didn't sign on properly or who weren't really committed. And he's weaning out the people who aren't really committed by giving them an option of a refund and saying, like, get in it to win it, because we don't want any stray violin in our group that's making bad music. We are an orchestra, us founders, and we if we had one bad tuba player making bad sour notes in the back chat room, it could make the whole company look bad. And this is where I completely suggest that the positive artificial intelligence of looking at our business in the same precision. Where are the business analytics showing there's too much traffic or too much downtime, too much inflammation in our systems, or too much lack of degeneration? We can use that same kind of digital music to make digital frequencies. And this is how we're going to use our new data centers, folks. We're going to convert the waveforms of digital information, and we're going to send it down a fiber optic cable that twice the speed, half the cost, right around the whole world. So by using these manipulations of positive use of energy, such as light waves for digital technology, we can send these different signals around the world as a light carrier, but the light can be broken down into its subcomponents. So this allows us to send a lot of information on these new fiber optic cables. We used to have like a positive 1 or 2 elements of wiring, but now we have 8 cables in fiber optic. So the combinations and permutations of getting things done faster is going to allow us to have digital music, digital broadcasts in high definition, digital O-Connect room. We're going to be able to tap into that digital world of music, translated into digital education, if you will. I'm trying to push that analogy, but to say that we're going to have no discordance or disharmony. We're going to have all these wavelengths of tons of different information pouring down simultaneously in 7 different data centers around the world, connecting all of us to the same downbeat. So really, I kind of envision ONPASSIVE as like the orchestra conductor, and it's getting all of us wild people all over the place, getting all on the downbeat, trying to get us moving in the same forward direction. And by using the polychromatic light or polychromatic polarized incoherent low-level light in health, or using the very polarized coherent lasers for laser beams, now we're going to be sending all of this information down to you guys in combinations around the world, connecting us all. There's no other time in my life that I could ever reach out to 20,000 of you in one afternoon like this. So if we use coherent light to use wavelengths, we have to think about that also in this new fiber optic data center we're using with this laser light, where it's coherently able to reach everywhere in the world, to every cell phone, every tablet. And that's going to be inclusive to bring everybody into the dawn of the new age of medicine. Now, today I made a lecture on this one particular product called red light, which increases the wavelength of deep penetration through your skin, just like these longer wavelengths can go through the skin. So now we have this kind of medicine. For instance, it's an infrared light that has pulsed electromagnetic field, pulsing energy to give a surround sound around your body. And it has a Bluetooth connection to your cell phone or tablet, where you can put the frequencies of healing medicine, the frequencies of chakras, the frequencies of meridians, psychic protection, minerals, organs, bioterrain detection of parasites, and you can send healing back digitally through the body to improve your oxygen, your blood flow, to make the platelets stop clumping and give antioxidants through light. You can stimulate your collagen production and your circulation repair of your blood vessels. You can reduce the stress of athletes by having them wear this to recover, just like every night they could recover their body and and put biophotonic modulation to have them restore their antioxidants from performing yesterday. We can use this to treat painlessly the massive epidemic of opioids. 50% of our healthcare budget is spent on pain medicine, and the other 50% is spent on psychiatry. Well, what if we just weren't in pain? What if we weren't crazy? What if we all dewormed the whole world? What if we actually could use, without medications and incisions, we could actually reduce inflammation of the population in the most incredible floods around the world, in the hurricanes that are going on, the people who have no way to go down the street to a walk-in clinic or a hospital because there's just none in that area. Now we can export digital medicine through light and sound and through technology, spreading it wide around the world. We can use this kind of light for pain and strains and back pain, carpal tunnel, fibromyalgia, beautification of the wounds, of the skin, and wound repair. All these things like wrinkles and smoking, all these things could be new kind of products we could produce in our new O shop. And we could have people developing biotechnology like this new laser that sends off nitric oxide to reduce heart attacks, improve blood flow to the heart. It basically delivers incredibly open, dilated blood vessels just by putting light on your arteries, eliminating waste byproducts, and also absorbing it into your mitochondria. So now we can use antioxidants and blood flow to heal most illnesses. Now, here's one fact you need to memorize. 85% of illness is due to really inflammation or degeneration from lack of oxygen. So if you can use digital software and digital hardware just to increase or reduce inflammation, improve blood vessels, collagen and cartilage, muscle regeneration, and nerve and bone formation, can you imagine how strong our ONPASSIVE nation will be, where many of our clients are in their elderly years looking for retirement income? Well, I want them to be alive long enough to run around and on the trampoline and jump for joy when they get their money in. So what I'm talking about here is the ONPASSIVE is actually one of the breaking companies to pass from digital. So here we have our old LP analog, old-fashioned dial up your phone on the old modem and, have all those delays. And now we use a digital diamond bit in that to translate it into a digital kind of music. So now we've got CDs, right, with digital music. Then we're going to take that digital music and convert it back into optical signals and send optical information around the world at the speed of light. So Ashma Farah is bringing us a century forward in optical technology that has better cost, better efficiencies, less side effects. It's going to make our lives universally light years ahead of the competition. Just like my quantum medicine is using light and sound vibration to change the shape of biology, I believe ONPASSIVE and the generosity of the hearts of Blessed will be using the light of digital transmission, the sound waves, and the positive vibrations of the heart of this company to change the shape and the form of the business world. So I'm going to say that really ONPASSIVE is the correction to the corruption. And we have to realize that we may get some blowback because, other people like the old ways of old traffic, old recruiting, old website development, payment gateways, commissions, and all these multiple platforms has really been cleared away from us. The new method says you can have automated traffic. That's the hardest thing to get in multiple countries and languages. Build a team automatically for you with a dump for your website, a payment gateway built in, digital commissions, and 50 different products that everybody already wants to use. So how can you go wrong here? Where's the negative here in this company? Show me there's a negative to this company. I can't seem to find it yet. I'm open to hearing about it, but I haven't been able to, get over the fact that for me, I'm going to have 20,000 attendees in my class in multiple languages and subtitles. I'm going to be able to imply that education is the equalizer in every society. And if we can deliver equal access to education and health information, we really can change lives for the better. So I was impressed, for instance, with the one sign-in where we had that tour from Ash 2 Thursdays ago. I mean, he was just blowing by the menu on that dashboard like it was a piece of cake. We have the incredible integrated technologies. We have extraordinary residual income. We have 1 million founders already with good intentions giving us this huge power. We have the mechanisms to plan architecturally and execute this. We also have the disruptive technology for automating and streamlining it. So we're really talking about the birth of a whole new age of Aquarius, really, where there's crowdfunding for everybody, where there's opportunities at a low input cost, and the Blessed checkout feature where people could put $5 instead of on a piece of coffee or a drive-through donut, put that $5 into the Blessed big shopping cart at the whenever you're checking out for whatever you're buying. Why not give a little bit back to Blessed? You're going to be wealthy with other things coming through with your donations and with your commissions and your bonuses. What about putting $5 down times a million founders? That could launch 5 $1 million projects right there. And we have the experience behind us to develop these automated systems that I don't even know about, that Marty and Lynn and Chris keep telling us, like, we don't even know how big this is going to get, right? I'm just trying to bring it down to what an average person can handle. So if we can let the machine do the learning, if we can let the automated data centers deliver what they need to us professionally with unique links to us, the market value, above market value products, the complex parts of everything done for you behind the scenes. So all you got to do is share this. Really, you just have to care and share, because one way or the other, somebody's going to visit your website or your mail account, and this company will track whoever visits your site forevermore. And if they buy something later down the road, you're going to get tagged for that bonus. So the only thing you have to do is learn how to share this system with using the multimedia tools, the beautiful artistic creative tools that you have in the background, and you're going to have abilities to take that amazing amount of humanitarian effort and put it into your will or your estate or your church or a humanitarian project or some other blessed dream that you could help others with. So I'm really pleased, for me, about using the desk for the professional back office, so I don't have to hire staff and use a lot of extra income for that. I'm happy about the intelligent tools all under one sign and one roof. I'm happy about the anti-spamming tools. I'm happy that you're giving some freebies. Again, from the heart, this company is showing you right up the front. Let's get everybody at least some accessibility, and then bring it forward by avoiding quotas and MLM structures and time limits, instead letting this gradually scale up in a natural way. Now, the other thing last week we learned is that the first time you sell anything to someone else, you get 100% commission. Now, where are you ever going to get that in another company? So that the moment that you buy an academy and you sell it to one other professor, you've got 100% income back, so that now you can defray your original setup costs. And of course, you founders are going to be not be receiving enough commissions that you won't have to pay the second or third month, because there's enough income already flowing across your desktop. So you can grow your business on your own royalties and keep buying more products, more reseller items, and accentuate that, pyramid of improvements. We solved the problem with the quantum financial system for money laundering, not getting paid, not getting rewarded properly in a timely manner. Now we're going to have a blockchain wallet with daily sales withdrawals right to your bank if you want. There's really no other better way to say it. You sell something today and you get paid today. That's absolutely fantastic for building the cash flow. We also have 3.5 billion users, for which we're targeting 10% of those. And we're already exceeding those targets, it looks like. So we're going to have a growing business for years to come. And of course, I couldn't go on without leaving you with a picture of, if you look at your own website in the back office, look at how gorgeous it is. This wasn't there 4 years ago. When I'm trying to talk, my professors into buying into this idea, I go to this page and I say, which one of these things do you want the most? Which one of these things can you do without? You're going to need a chat room, a staff room, and a domain. You're going to need to capture, post, and track. You're going to need commerce connections and peers. You're going to have all of these things to have a Zoom room that can reach 40,000 or 20,000 people. You want to customize it. You want to trim it. You want all of these things. I mean, is there any one of these things that I don't want? I mean, I don't want to say I'm hoarding, but yeah, I could use every single one of these tools. And you should too, because if you want to get a good business going, you're going to need these kinds of things too. And don't forget that on the back office of your website, on the, ONPASSIVE, I think this is invitation number 71, but they're putting new websites out every day. If you look over there, how they support you, they've got a whole section of business marketing tools, blogs, bots, and technical skills on how to use the stuff to save you the hassle of setting this up for yourself. Like all of these videos and the popular events, the rewards, the corporate and products. I mean, there's no way that I have the time in the day to do this and repopulate it every day, folks. And nor do you, realistically. So if you can go into these products and look at these trim tool, make sure every time you walk into that product back office, you should be learning a new tool every week so that you too will learn how to be a better representative of your own business and or to learn what tools are great for you to resell. So on the end of that note, I am going to be giving a big speech to the World Organization of Natural Medicine and the Humanitarian University coming up. And if any of you do want to take a course in natural medicine, these are the top 12 professors around the world going to put on a live summit of looking at medicine from every angle possible. So I want you to, if you're interested, the Be Equipped to Heal conference, I'll be the chairperson this year, and you can get that registration conference link there if you needed it. But I could suggest to you, that if you want that link, it's right here on my website at healthcounts.ca in that red box there if you need to get further education. So on that note, I'm going to suggest that I hand it back to you there. I just wanted to maybe go back to the panel now and maybe open it up for questions or